don't judge the video based on the camera, based on my face, and based on my credibility, because this video is going to be no bullshit and just about how to maintain consistency. Just like you clicked on the title, and not going to be other like other videos where you have to clickbait. To build some credibility, let me show you in what particular habit I have maintained my consistency. I have proof of it. So this is the proof which I was talking about. I have been typing for last 4 months for 10 minutes daily. Even if you think it is very less, it is a huge amount, like 25 hours and 51 minutes of typing in the last 4 months. So how I achieved it, how I achieved consistency in something that I don't like. It's not very enjoyable to me to type, but I have made it addicting habit and repeating habit that I have to keep coming to this again and again. I keep doing it whenever I touch my laptop. The reason is very simple. You have to follow these four core principles from the book, The Atomic Habits, of which I have written the summary. You might have read it, but even if you don't have to worry about it. Let me tell you a thing. Whenever you are reading a self-help book, you should not read it like sprinting it. You should not sprint it. You should read one page at a time, one page at a day. I have been reading this book for the past 6 months, and I am going to tell you how I applied little by little information of the book in my real life, and I achieved this. So, in order to make a habit stick around, you have to follow four core principles. I will tell you one by one, and it is a chain. You have to watch the video till the end if you want to understand it completely. And please don't make this video like any other videos where you have just taken the information and not applying it. It's a very bad practice. You should take a pen, you should take a paper, and you should start writing the points and make your own way to stick a habit around. Like I have my own way, you are going to have your own way. And let me tell you one thing, typing is not the only thing that I achieved. This is the only thing that I can show proof of. I have other things that I did. For example, coding. For example, I have participated in the business that I have, and there are a couple of things that I have done in the recent few months. But gym is not one of them. I am not very consistent in it, but I am trying to apply the principles, and I will be sharing the progress very soon. So let's dive into the principles one by one. The first one is making it obvious. I will obviously be sharing all the principles with you. The summary of the book will be given in the description, and let's talk about making it obvious. So this is going to have two parts. One is how to build a habit, and other is how to destroy a bad habit. So if you want to build a good habit, you have to follow some principles of making it obvious. For example, whenever you want to read a book, what do? You keep it in your study table. If your study table has a drawer in it, you have to open the drawer, take out the book, and then start reading it. And it's very rare that you are going to do it, right? So if you want to read, keep it in a place where it is easily visible and reachable. So whenever you look at it, you sense of have a sense of feeling to read it. So if you want to achieve it, making it obvious is all about it. And the other part is how to delete a habit. To break a habit, what you have to do is make it hard to reach. For example, if you want to leave a habit of smoking, you have to do take some steps. Like you have to take some very weird steps. For example, you have to give all your money to your one of your spouse or one of your friends, and you are not going to have any money, so you are not going to buy any cigarettes at all. But it's a very hard decision. You always need money for some other task. But how you can achieve it is there are other ways. For example, you can go to the shopkeeper, give him some money. Like how much money you spend on the cigarette, just give him from for free per month. Okay, just give it for free. You are going to have a sense of regret, and he is not going to supply you any more smoking cigarettes. Okay, so if you are going to go to the shop and ask for a cigarette, he's not going to give it. So you have to go to a further shop which is hard to reach, and the environment changes, so it is hard and it is not obvious. You have the principle, and the examples that I am giving might not be related to you, but you have to take pen and paper, write your own things. Okay, and craft your own way to solve these things. Now moving on to the next principle, that is make it easy. Now this is the second principle, because when you make a habit obvious, it is already easier for you to reach, and now you can just apply your steps and whatever cues that you have in order to reach the habit and do it daily consistently. Now how you can make it more easier You have to figure out some ways to make it even more easier. For example, whenever you have a habit of reading, there should be a chair around in that room. If there is not going to be any chair, you are not going to sit, and you are not going to have the space to read. So if you want to make or stick that habit, so you have to do that. Now, giving my examples, how I made it obvious was, uh, I always used my laptop. That was one habit that I always used to follow. Now what I did was, I stacked a habit upon it. There were two habits that I stacked. One was typing. So what I did was, whenever I opened my laptop, the Chrome, sorry, not the Chrome, the Firefox, it has a feature. Chrome also has one, like it automatically opens whenever you switch on your laptop. So this is what happened. Whenever I uh, lift up my laptop and it gets switched on, then the Firefox automatically opens, and there is monkey type written on it. And whenever I look at it, I just pressed on it and started typing it, because it was very obvious, it was easier for me to reach. And that's how I made this habit stick around. Now you have to craft your own way of this principle as well, how you can make habit easier to build or to delete. To delete, it is opposite. You have to make it harder. For example, you have to go further shop to smoke cigarette, so it is going to be harder for you to reach. You have to tuck away every unnecessary thing that you don't want to do. And similarly, if you want to make it easy, you have to take it out, you have to put right in front of your place, you have to make easier for you to reach, you have to tell your environment to not distract you. It is going to be easier, you are going to have a space, etc., etc. So now moving on to the next topic, that is making it attractive. Now, how you can build a habit by making it attractive, and how you can destroy a habit by making it unattractive, completely opposite. As I said, this actually works with all the principles. Now the thing is, to make any habit attractive, for example, if you want to work more, clean your environment and it is going to look attractive, like literally attractive. It is clean, everything is organized, so you are going to sit on it and start reading and start working, or whatever you want to do in that space. Now why am I focusing on space that much? Because habit is something which is focused on a cue. Whenever you sit in an environment, you are having a subconscious thinking of doing something. For example, you go to toilet, you go with your phone. Why do you do that? Because that is a space where it is very unproductive, so you want to time pass there, you want to do time pass here. Please ignore my English, it is not very good, but I have been trying to stay consistent in it as well. So sticking to the topic, now, to destroy a habit, you have to make it unattractive. For example, you have to smoke in such kind of shop that is like easily accessible to your parents. It is going to be very hard for you to do that. It is going to be very unattractive for you. And if you are in a public space, it is also going to be unattractive. So, this is how you destroy that habit. Now, if you want to build a habit of playing guitar, how you can make it attractive, you have to find your own way. I'm not going to make so much of my brain, I don't have much anyway. So the next is how you can make it satisfying. This is the most important part. I have typo in my voice whenever I speak, so please ignore it and focus on the quality of the video and the outcome that you are going to get. So this is it. Now, how do you make something very satisfying when you are doing some habits? For example, when you are lifting weights in gym, it is already satisfying for you when you are lifting more than yesterday, right? It is a kind of dopamine released, and you know where you can get your dopamine released whenever you are scrolling through Instagram. That is a dopamine release, right? So it is satisfying for you to, it is easier for you to sit and just scroll. So if you want to delete it, make it hard, set password, give the password to your friends, to your relatives, to your siblings, anyway, anyone you want to. And to make a habit stick around, you have to make it satisfying. Now how you can do that, you can figure it out for yourself, but I am going to explain it anyway. Like, for in my case, in my monkey type case, what it was like I used to break my high scores again and again. Like 1 to 32 wpm for 10 words is not very easy. This is where I spent like 70% of my time, and 30% I spent on the 60-second and 50-second one. And it is a good thing. Like my WPM was words per minute was 42, and I reached like 101. So this is the achievement that I have got in the past 4 months. I know it might be slow, but I have stayed consistent. I am going to be staying consistent in this because the habit has already stick to me. Now the next habit is writing the summary as well. This habit is something that I want to speak about more clearly. This part is going to be a bit long because I am going to talk some bullshit as well. If you want to leave, you can, but it is better if you are going to stay around, because I am going to share my mistakes, what I did when I was trying to create a habit. Now, based on habit stacking, what I wanted to do was, after monkey typing, I wanted to write the summary and read Atomic Habits. So I always used to do that. Okay, it's not like, but end semester came, and monkey typing was more easier than reading this book, and it was taking a lot of time, like 30 minutes to 40 minutes. And then eventually stopped reading at the make it satisfying part. But I also did summarized it for myself and read it so that I can make this video. I'm going to keep updating the Notion book that I have made and going to maintain the consistency. But this is where you have to make things all right, okay? Because when end semester is coming, you have to cut some habits. Like end semester is an exam, okay? When your examination is coming, you have to cut some habits in order to uh, study, right? So I have cut this writing of Atomic Habits and reading it. So by cutting it, what actually happened was, it was harder for me to concentrate again when the exams were over. So that is why I was not very consistent in reading Atomic Habits or writing this summary. So this is how it has been. Now if you want to stick to a habit, you have to keep coming it back. For example, I was typing consistently, but I stopped this habit, so this habit got stopped. So now I am trying to do that again because I realized my mistake. This is how you have to do. You have to prioritize every habit that you want to do. All right. So this is all for the video. If you have liked anything, disliked anything, you can comment down. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do anything, but there is going to be more videos coming out. If you want videos based on this, I'm going to share it. If you want videos on something else, you can comment it. I can say it. I have a lot of knowledge, but I am a very much of a donkey in application, but it's all right because I'm growing.